Hey everybody, Sean here from Board Paracord. Today we're going to do a request that I got from someone through email. They wanted to do a key fob for a keychain or key ring, and they wanted to do a blue line and a red line. Actually, the red line is something I wanted to add to the other side. They were asking specifically for a thin blue line key fob, so we're going to do that. But on the reverse side, we're going to add a red one at the same time as adding the blue one. So it's a little different, something I haven't done before. So the first thing that I've done is I grabbed a piece of scrap blue. This is electric blue and just red, and I took the inner strands out of it. So those are hollow now. And then I have about 6 feet of black here. And first thing I did was put the two ends together and found my middle point, which is this point right here. And we're just going to slide the key ring over like that. And I want to have one cord going through and one cord coming this way. So I'm actually going to pinch where my middle point is so I don't lose it. And I'm going to take this left cord out and just run it through the opposite way. So it was going in through the front side, now I'm going to run it through the back side. And this just makes it so that your cow's hitch looks a little bit nicer. And we'll find our center point, which was this point here. Here we go. And so now we have one cord coming up through there. Well, my camera at home is going off, so that's nice. I can't stop the video to go fix it, so that's okay. Alright, so as you can see, let me zoom in on this. You can see I have one cord going through, so this one's going that way, and this other one, my working end, is coming up toward you. So the first thing you want to do is take the cord on the right and create a loop on the right, just like this, and take it off to the left side. So you're crossing over. So this right cord is going through the key ring around the back, creating a loop, and then going off to the left side. And I apologize for the ringing. Now this left cord is coming through the ring towards you. So you're going to go across the cord that went across the center, around the back, and up through the loop on the left. And then go ahead and pull that tight, and that will lock it down onto your key ring. So you'll have something like this. And you just want to keep on tightening it slowly until it eventually locks on there real nice. Now that you have that kind of tightened in there, you want to pull it back just a little so that you can run your cord up through the front side like so. And you want to leave just a little hanging out there and then pull that tight. And what we're going to do, we're going to keep on flipping back and forth on this. So we're going to go ahead and flip this over and do the same thing on this side. So we'll loosen this side up now, like that. So you have a little room here to put the cord through. And we're going to run the red through this side. And I've never seen this done, so hopefully this is something new that you guys like, but you could do it with just red or just blue on both sides, but at least you would have the same, like if it were to flip over, you would have the same pattern on both sides. So the way this works is you're going to tie your Solomon. That's what this first knot was here, so that the colored cord is under the one that crosses over. And then we flip these out of the way like that and tie the next one. So that first one that you ran went over the center cords. Let me see if I can brighten this up anymore. Oh, that's as far as it goes. Okay, so since that went over the center cord, that one's always going to go over the center cord. So it just create a loop on the left now with that same cord. Take the right cord and cross over the left, go behind the back, and up through the loop on the left, and pull it tight. Just like that. Now we're going to flip our colors back down on both sides. Now we're on the right side, so we'll cross over, leaving a loop on the right. Take your left cord over right, behind the back, around everything, and pull it tight. Now it looks like my right cord, or my red cord, and my blue cord might be getting a little messed up here, so I want to take a look over here and just move this blue cord towards the center. There we go. And when you're all done, you can adjust this too. It's pretty easy to adjust. Alright, so it doesn't look too great right now, but I promise it'll look better when we're done. Alright, so we just went over the red and blue cord, so now we flip those out of the way. Take our cord that went over the middle cords, back over, so create a loop on the left, cross it, go behind, and make sure these colored cords are out of the way, so you're not crossing over them this time. And pull it tight, just like that, and then fold these back down so that we cross over everything, front and back. And now my watch is vibrating, that's good. We got the loop on the right, crossing over the middle strands, left over right, around the back, around the blue, around everything, and up through the loop. Just like that. And pull it tight. And then we do the flip. Flip. Now your left one. Cross over the left, around the back, through the loop. And you just keep repeating this process until you get to the end. Pretty easy. Flip these down. So every other one you're flipping up, and you're flipping down. Loop on the right. Cross over, around the back, through the loop. And pull it tight. And just want to kind of make sure you're doing it right on the back side too. So the red line is for firefighters, the blue line, like most of you know, is going to be your police. Get these out of the way. I think that gives you a good idea of what we're doing here. Just remember, you tie one, flip it. Tie another one, flip it out of the way. So you're going to move these every time, either out of the way or in the way. I'm going to go ahead and get to the end of this and show you how to finish off all the colors, and then we'll show you how to finish everything up, and that's pretty much it. There's not a whole lot to this. It's pretty easy little project for a beginner. But let me go and get all that done, and I'll be right. So I have gotten down to the bottom here, and as you can see, there's a little tiny loop at the bottom. You may need a fid for this. You don't have to have a fid. You could use needle nose pliers. You could meld it to a point to help you. But what I want to do is, this is the one where we pull the colors down, and in order to make this look right, what you're going to do is the cord that goes over the top like this, we're actually going to go create our loop, but we're going to go down through this loop at the end to lock it in place. And we'll also lock this blue in place too. So you create a loop like you normally would, just like that, and pull it through. And then you're going to do the same thing. We need to add, I forgot to add the other fid to this one. Fids are great, so if you don't have a set of fids, definitely get yourself a set of fids because you will use them. Alright, so we've created the loop on the left, or on the right, just like we normally do, but instead of crossing over the middle, we're actually going down through the middle two cords. Let's see if I can get in on that a little bit better. So you're coming out here, creating that loop, but instead of going over both inner strands, you're kind of binding this blue one in place and then taking it off to the left. Now you're still going to cross over the left, just like you normally would. So with your left cord, you're going to cross over that one, and then you're going to bind this red one in place as well. So we're going to go up through that loop, going on the right side of the red so that it locks the red in place, bringing it through there. And before I pull this tight, I just want to make sure that everything's going to be locked in place where I want it. I think I want the blue right through there. And I want the red. Yep, that's in the right spot there, so then I can pull these tight. I believe that's going to work. Should pull nice and tight. Blue comes out one side. There we go. Oh, and one way to get these nice and straight is grab both ends of the blue, pull nice and tight, and do the same thing with the red. It'll make your line here nice and straight so it's not so bunched up. Alright, so there we go. We'll get that all tightened up, and then all we need to do is cut all these ends off and melt them in place. So you just want to cut these ends off as close to the cord as you can. Just like that. Let me grab my smoothing tool here. There we go. Have that ready. And then just slowly melt this down. There we go. Nice thing with black is that you can make everything turn black if you just hold the flame on there a little bit longer. There we go, just like that. Flip that over, do the other side. Let me zoom in on this, maybe you can see this really well. There we go. That looks nice. And then we do our red and our blue. Now this one, I'm just going to tap it just a little so it doesn't, well, it's going to turn black anyway. Then I want to like get that nice and fused in there so it doesn't pull through. So I might have to tap this again because it wasn't quite enough. There we go. So that should fuse it together so it doesn't pull through. Wow, I can actually see better through my screen on the camera than I can because I have to sit so far back because my camera's in the way. Put that there. Fused in there. So that turned out pretty nice at the bottom. Got a couple spots where it's fused, but for the most part it looks good. And then the same thing goes for the top. We'll just get the key ring out of the way and do the same thing real quick. Cut the red here. I might as well cut the blue while I'm at it. And hopefully I can get this melted without melting everything around it. That looks pretty good. Get that fused, smush down in there so it won't pull out. There you go. Do the same thing with this guy. Oops, started melting the paracord around it. That's not good. See that right there? Yeah, that's never good. Makes it shiny. Alright, well, there it is. We got our blue line on one side, our red line on the other. It's a pretty unique little combination. I've never done that before. I don't know why I didn't thought of that. But shout out to who sent me the email. I don't remember your name. Elliot, maybe? I can't remember. I'm so bad with names. My wife's probably going to be like, oh, I can't even believe you brought that up. But oh well, I like getting requests like that, so it gives me something to do. Hope you like this one. Real easy to do. Don't forget to check out boardparacord.com. You can find everything you saw in the video on there, and I'll also put links down in the description. You can head on over there and support the channel. It really helps out. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and until next time, paracord on.